And we are live, episode 95 of The Shift. Francisco Rojas here, along with my co-host, Nick Earnshaw. Nick, we are 2 days away from the freaking deadline. Let's go, baby. What's up?
Let's go. Let's go. What's going on, man? I love the trade deadline. I was talking about this on the air today. I was like, dude, I would skip summer camp to go just watch the deadline all day. I'd be like, can I please stay home? Someone take off. Mom, Dad, take off, please. I got to watch ESPN, MLB Network, all of it. Because, like, there's nothing better. You get to learn breaking news, a trade, boom. Gotta love the trade deadline. Yeah, gotta love it.
Dude, I'm so excited. We're gonna do bunch of deadline things. Deals that have already happened. There's been about 10 deals that have already happened, Nick, but we're gonna get into the three biggest ones that have happened thus far. So we'll get into that. We'll get into a big, huge, shocking development that happened within the last 24 to 48 hours, and involving maybe the best closer of the last 4 years. We just did not see coming, and how that impacts the trade market. Nick, we're going to get into that.
Yeah.
And then a bunch more deadline stuff. But we do have other stuff to mix in today. And I want to start with this because this couldn't, again, I really, Nick, planned on just doing deadline stuff today, but there are a few things we need to talk about outside of the Major League Baseball trade deadline happening on Thursday. And the first one is, how about this story about, and I'm not sure this superstar wanted this to get out, but apparently Bryce Harper, Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, is meeting with, I think, every single Major League Baseball team.
That's correct.
He's meeting with every baseball team, ahead of the CBA negotiations next December. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do for the next negotiation. They don't want there to be another lockout, Nick. But apparently in this latest meeting with the Philadelphia Phillies, it gets out, this report from Jeff Passan, that things got really heated, that Bryce Harper told Rob Manfred, when Rob Manfred supposedly brought up the subject of a salary cap idea in Major League Baseball. There's not a salary cap in MLB, that Bryce Harper told him, if you want to talk about that, you can get the F out of our clubhouse. And apparently Rob Manfred retorted back, and I can't really imagine him doing this, but maybe he's different behind, no cameras, told him, like, I will not get the F out of the clubhouse, and we're going to sit here and talk about this. So it was a whole thing. Nick Castellanos actually had a lot to say about it too. We can get into that as well. But Nick, what are your thoughts on this, man? A couple of things I want to get into about with this article. But first thing, let's talk about just what are your thoughts on, just because I know you read it. Like, what are your thoughts on Bryce telling Rob Manfred, yo, get the heck out of our clubhouse, but with a different word?
That's why we caption this. Bryce is right. I don't know. This one's a tough one there, Francisco. I was stunned to see. It's like, who would have thought? And it's funny because I can't even get a thought together because this is such a wild story. So much has come out. It's trade deadline. Things are getting crazy. The fact that Bryce, and it's mentioned in the ESPN story, that he's just sitting there with his bat. I can see him sitting there with his bat, not saying a word, then just standing up and going, if you're going to talk about the salary cap, get the out of here.
Oh, my God.
And then how about Manfred? Do you think he had to look up at him and tell, like, yeah, I'm not getting them out of here,
Well, how tall is Rob Manfred?
I don't know. That's like, are they like nose to nose? They said. So I guess, is he like around? I mean, he's not a big guy.
Isn't that like short? He's not.
I don't
like
think he's that short.
Gary Bettman or something. Like, he's not that.
Gary
short.
Bettman's short.
I'm trying to look up his height. He's 66 years old. That's fine. I don't care about his age. I care about his height. But I mean, yeah. He says he's what? No, he's not. It's Ken Rosenthal, 5'4.5". I don't know why that comes first. But either way, crazy story though. Crazy story.
Yeah, I'm just like, I know he's trying to meet with every team. Castellanos actually mentioned it in the article that they've used the L word, the lockout word. And, the CBA expires December 1st, 2026. That's the date, right? It's the first. And the lockout thing, it seems like it's coming. We've seen it before in the 90s, right? Like, if they're not getting along, if they're not on the same page, oh boy, they're going to be in for a fight, the players union, for sure. And they are dead stop on this salary cap issue, Fran. Like, the players want no parts of a salary cap whatsoever. And, if you read that article, the MLB PA says, this is a quote, argues it serves more as a tool to increase franchise values than to lessen the game's large disparity between high and low spending teams. That's the argument from the players' side. Fran, I see both sides here. I see where the owners are coming from and Manfred. I see where the players are coming from. Man, if this is going to cost us a season, oh boy, it's going to cost us a long time if they can't get on the same page. And if you have one of the biggest stars in baseball going up to the commissioner, which might not have been the best idea, I mean, the way he went about it, oh man, it's going to be a long fight. It's going to be a long fight.
Well, there's some more I want to expand on here. We'll get to, my next question about this come out of this article as well. But did you also see the whole thing about, former Major League Baseball player and current MLB Network analyst and, was the American baseball manager at the WBC a couple of years ago, Mark DeRosa, apparently had to sit down with the Phillies before this meeting and told all the Phillies players that were in this meeting that the commissioner is a very powerful guy. Like, don't F with him. And apparently, though, DeRosa, and I was reading an Athletic article, and I guess they talked to DeRosa about it, and DeRosa said, I was just joking. I was just messing around. So, which I could totally see. He seems like he can be like a sarcastic guy. But I wonder how much that, I guess maybe some of those players maybe took it the wrong way. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. But I mean, I guess Trey would be the only one that like played for him at the WBC. I don't know who else would be there that I'm thinking of that would know DeRosa really well. But maybe more of those players have relationship with him than I know. But I'm curious to know how that got to that point. I wonder if I don't think. Did Bryce all of a sudden just they brought up salary?
Well, that's the way.
That's
the way it came across, didn't it? But that's the way it came across. Like, he was sitting there, he was quiet most of the meeting, and then got up and said, "If you're going to bring up salary cap, get the bleep out." That's how I read it. He was quiet a majority of the meeting, pretty much the whole thing. Got up, said his piece. They got nose to nose. And then I guess Castellanos had to step in and kind of break it up. But man, I mean, that's one of your top guys, top superstars in the game, going up to the commissioner. This is gonna get ugly. It just does not bode well for stopping a lockout. It just doesn't. I mean, this doesn't get you in. And Manfred, I understand where he's coming from. And listen, I'm no Manfred fan. Let me get that across. No one is. For the most part, he's done some good things, has made some major mistakes. But to go up to the commissioner and curse him out, I mean, that's crazy. Like, that does not bode well for negotiations. Like, that just shows me they are miles apart. And there's only about a year and a half to go till this thing. Put the lock and key on Citizens Bank Park, on Yankee Stadium, on Fenway. We can't go. If we wanted to go to the ballpark next year, Fran, whether 2 years from now, we might not be able to go. Okay?
Exactly.
So,
Cooperstown
lock and key. It's not great. It's not great for like. Yeah, I guess we'll just go to Cooperstown. Does that get locked down too?
No, it'll be open. I think so.
It's not a great start to the negotiations and that date coming up. It's not.
Yeah. So let's, Nick, my last thing before we get to the next thing. It feels like it's probably a lock. We're going to have a lockout.
Yeah.
That's my biggest takeaway.
No pun intended by you.
Yeah. I mean, look, I wasn't trying to be like that.
It was a good one.
Like that. I know I'm smooth like that. I get it. It's fine.
On occasion. Don't get ahead of yourself here.
So that was my biggest takeaway. And then, obviously the other big takeaway was like, oh my God, Bryce, like crazy.
Yeah.
is. But that's our guy. Here in Philadelphia. That's our
Now,
guy.
now I want to put this out there. If the audience wants to chime in, go right ahead, comment below, subscribe, the whole nine. Does this mean he's going to meet with other teams? Will other players feel emboldened to speak up, speak their mind to the commissioner? The fact it was Bryce, not just some 25th, 26th man. Bryce, the highest paid players in baseball, biggest names in baseball. The fact that was him, are we going to see more reports come out from other clubs when he's meeting with other clubs? Are they going to say something to Rob Manfred? And how contentious is this going to get? Is this a start of something that's going to boil over and not be good for the game, not be good for the players, not be good for the owners? Is it going to get to a point where it's going to be a shouting match? That's a question you got to look at. You got to look at it that way too.
Yeah, I wonder if MLB will be more aware of this now and make sure.
Yeah.
Now, so I wonder if they'll try to put. I don't know how they would do it, but I'm sure Manfred's not going. Is he going in there by himself to these meetings?
I'm sure he's got other executives with him. Yeah, I'm sure he's not just walking in dilly-dallying,
What does DeRosa do? I don't
Dude,
know what he had to do with this. I got to look back. I don't know what he had to do with this.
Listen. This overall, in my estimation, is not good for baseball. It's just not. Love Bryce, fantastic player. However, it's not good for baseball. It's just not.
Yeah.
With where everything's at, I don't love it.
All right. Well, real quick before we get to the meat and potatoes, we get to a lot of trade deadline stuff. Now, much talk about a salary cap, and there's been much talk about, fairly a decent amount of talk about salary cap the last couple of years. But Nick, are you in favor for a salary cap come the next CBA?
I'm torn. Like I said at the top, I'm torn on a salary cap. I think baseball is just so unique, and you want to get the other clubs involved, but it just feels, for me, it just doesn't feel like it's going to work. Maybe a salary floor. This one's a tough one because of how baseball's been for so long. I know they want to try and get other teams in it. I know the financials get really nitty gritty from baseball's perspective. I wouldn't. For us, it's not our money, right? I understand you're trying to get guys to compete, other teams to compete, the lower level teams that don't have as much money to compete, be there. In theory, it's not great, but the nitty gritty of what baseball's salary cap isn't. I don't think it's going to make the teams really go out of their way to get these big name players anyway. They're still going to be small market teams. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with it, honestly. So yeah, this is a tough one. And the players are so vehemently against it. I just don't know how it would get through. They got to find common ground somewhere. Someone's got to give something. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no salary cap because I just don't know how much is going to change.
Okay. I'm actually in favor of both. I'm in favor.
Okay.
I'm in favor of floor and a cap. I think the NFL has a floor. I believe the NFL has a floor.
Well, they have a cap too, yeah.
Yeah. So NFL has both a floor and a cap, I believe. I could be wrong on that. And then every other league has a cap. I just think I want to even the playing field as much as possible.
Yeah, but look at what are those teams really going to go out there and still use their money?
Well, I guess the floor will help that, but you're also right. Yeah, will they actually use their money? I'm not sure. That's true, but yeah, no, that's a good point. But I don't know. I guess I look at the other three leagues and it's helped them at least.
I don't know. I just see the players be so vehemently against it. I'm I don't think this is going to work anyway. I don't think it'll happen because they don't think I don't think they're moving. I don't think they're moving at all. That's a starting point. It feels like so. It's a mess. It's a mess.
Yeah, the quotes we got out of that article that what did Castellanos say about the divorce thing and about when you get married to somebody, then if they tell you, well, we're probably going to get a divorce or something like that, that means it's going to happen. It's same kind of thing with what with what we're getting here with the
There's
salary.
Jovan. Jovan knows. Jovan, yeah, I agree. I tend to agree with you, Jovan.
True.
Thanks
well, then,
for chiming in.
can we at least get a floor then? At least make the Marlins spend more than $67 million.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I don't mind a floor. I think you should be able to, if you can own a franchise, you should be able to spend a certain amount.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I don't mind that at all.
Yeah. Okay. I know you're ready for this segment because you are absolutely no. I know you can talk about it. You're starving. I know you are. Like you're literally starving. You had a long day. I get it. What are you
gonna do?
You're gonna get your Domino's, get your rewards points or whatever.
Should I do it? Should I order something right now?
Order
something before we get into this deadline. Should I do it?
Well, how about you just do it while you're talking? Like you should.
All right.
You should help me break down. We're going to get into a whole bunch of trade deadline content here. We're going to get to a whole bunch of stuff that we're curious to see happen in the next couple of days. I'm really curious to see how this deadline is going to shake out. But let's talk about some of these deals that have already happened, Nick, because we've gotten a few. And no, the Devers trade to the Giants does not count because that happened. What is it, a month and a half ago now? Like it's already happened.
Yes, that doesn't count.
We talked about it. Devers has been okay since he's gotten there.
Right.
The Giants have been okay. That's fine. We don't need to talk about the Devers trade right now. Maybe we could talk about it at another appropriate time. But we're not going to talk about that. But let's talk about 3 deals, Nick, that have already been done. We can talk about these briefly before we get to the stuff that we know everyone wants to hear about as far as the big ones that are going to go down next couple of days. But we haven't had a few good ones, though. Let's start with Yankees getting a third baseman, someone a position of need for the Yankees. I think, between what they were getting at the third base position was not good at all offensively. But they get Ryan McMahon, longtime Colorado Rocky, and they get him for Griffin Herring and Josh Groves. So, Nick, I'll tell you straight off the bat, I like the deal. I think it's not like they were giving up a whole lot to get McMahon. McMahon's the guy that can give you, 20 homers. His OPS isn't, for his lifetime OPS isn't great, but at the, for what they're getting out of production wise, pretty good from what they were getting before McMahon. And they didn't have to really give up much. Harry and Gross were, the Yankees' 8th and 21st prospects in their system. So I like the deal. I like the deal for the Yankees. What do you think?
Yeah. By the way, I did make an order. I DoorDashed some Maggiano's today. So there you go.
Is that a fancy Italian restaurant?
Not that fancy, but yeah, I just DoorDashed. While you were going on, I was listening and I ordered it, by the way. But I just wanted to put that out there.
Good job.
Got my meat and potatoes. All right. I like the Yankees move. I think it made sense. They're kind of in a tough spot with the Judge injury. But listen, they're going to take on the remainder of his contract. He's going to make $12 million this year, leaving a bit more than $4 million to be paid out. Then he's going to make $16 million the next 2 seasons. So they have club control of him, which I think a lot of teams, especially like a team like the Yankees in that spot, want players with club control. Like the move. He's a good plus defender. Will make some nice plays here and there. Good hitter as well. It's a nice pickup by the Yankees. They needed it. So I liked it. I was there the game he played. So that was pretty cool to see that. But yeah, I like the move from the Yankees. They just need bullpen. Oh man, their bullpen is brutal. They're gonna have to make a move there at some point if they want to contend again this year.
Yeah. All right, next one. Josh Naylor. This was kind of the first. I guess this was the first deal I felt like it signified. Okay, it's deadline season. So Mariners traded for Josh Naylor. They acquired Josh Naylor from the Diamondbacks for Brandon Garcia and Ashton Izzy. Nick, I like the deal. Seattle in a position right now where needed offense. Cal Raleigh cannot do it by himself. Cal Raleigh cannot do it by himself, along with Rosarena and Julio. So he can't really do it by themselves. Starting pitching should be better. You're getting George Kirby back here Well, he started the year hurt and he's been back.
Yeah.
But Mariners should, depending, they're going to be a really interesting team to watch, by the way. But Josh Naylor, getting him from the D-backs, they needed offense. I like the pickup. They needed offense, so I think Naylor's a good pickup. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought this was a nice pickup. By the way, he's the first player in franchise history with 4 stolen bases in their first 4 games with the team. Pretty crazy stat. Interesting little stat there. Listen, he's already hit a home run with them. He's had some offense, some electricity on the base pass. I like the move. I think Naylor is definitely going to help them need some more offense. Like you said, Cal Raleigh cannot do it by himself, even though like he almost can. He's a big dumper. You think he could do it all. But sometimes you need help. It's baseball. Come on. It's not you need 9 guys in the lineup. I'm just saying. So I like the move. I think Naylor to the Mariners, it's already paying off. You're seeing the early returns already, especially on the base pass. He's already got a home run. He's batting 333 in the first couple of games.
Yeah, and Seattle again, they didn't have to give up a whole lot together.
No.
They have a pretty loaded farm system, by the way. I think they've got like 8 in the top 100. I believe so.
They got
Seattle
some guys.
So they're going to be really interesting to watch. But again, didn't have to give up a whole lot to get Naylor, somebody who hit 31 homers last year. 118 OPS plus. So he's a big time bat for them, and they're trying to make a run here in a wide open American League.
Yeah.
So next one, Nick, Blue Jays. This one happened today. Blue Jays. It happened today, right? Was it today or yesterday?
Yeah, it did. What's today? I don't even know what day it is. What day is it? Yes.
I know.
It happened a couple hours ago. At the time of this stream / recording podcast, Anthony Dominguez to the Blue Jays. He switched dugouts. Same day. He's playing.
He literally was walking by. The Orioles and Blue Jays had a doubleheader today, right? Yeah. He just said a couple hours ago, he's just walking by. He's like, "Oh, hey, what's up, guys? What's up? Good to see you."
Yo.
So, but Anthony's had a good year, man. I mean, Blue Jays, look. I mean, Jeff Hoffman's kind of been all over the place for them. They've definitely needed bullpen help. So Anthony is one guy. We'll see what else they do. They've gotten hot recently. Been one of the best teams in baseball to this point. Again, wide open American League, but they have been one of the best teams in baseball to this point. I like the move. Not if I'm looking at it from Toronto's perspective, I like it.
No, I mean, listen, Sir Anthony's had a good year. We know he's had the injury problems when he was in Philadelphia for a while, but had some really good seasons there too. This is a good move. He gets to join Jeff Hoffman, former teammate of his. And listen, this can't hurt. Dominguez has been good. He's a solid reliever. You can use him probably 6th, 7th, 8th when either one of those innings. I mean, if you need him to close, have him close. But yeah, I think it's a solid move. It's a great addition to add depth to their bullpen. I have no issue with this move at all. They didn't give up much at all. I think adding Sir Anthony Dominguez to your bullpen definitely bolsters it for sure. And when we get into the next topic, I mean, they're starting to go. I mean, these relievers are already starting to go. We're less than 48 hours away from the deadline. You're seeing some relievers come off the board, especially guys like Sir Anthony who can add depth to your pen, and you can use them in some high leverage situations and when you get some outs.
Yeah. Yep. So Blue Jays get a reliever in Sir Anthony. Next one. So the next topic, Nick. I mean, his teammate already is on extended leave for gambling, and I mean, he's one of the best relievers in the game. He had an ERA of basically nothing last year. Emmanuel Clase is right now he's on leave until August 31st.
Correct.
For being investigated for sports gambling. And I want to find maybe while you talk, Nick, I'm going to find it. But Foolish Baseball, who does awesome videos on YouTube. I'm sure you've seen his stuff before. I want to see if I can find it recently. But he mentioned, here it is. So Emmanuel Clase has come into the game at the beginning of the 9th inning 40 times this season. Here is his StatCast waste percentage. Pitches that aren't close to the zone. First pitch of the 9th inning, 17.5%. Every other pitch, 5.2%. Just speculating, but this is how Luis Ortiz got flagged. So I mean, who knows, how much that goes into it, but it's definitely fishy, man. I just wonder, I guess, Nick, look, I'm not in their position. I'm not a Major League Baseball player. Look, you wonder why, when these guys are getting paid a lot of money, why they would make these type of moves. And we're not saying that he's guilty, not necessarily saying he's guilty, but just speculating. Not great, man. Not great.
All right. Before I go off,
you have the floor. Go ahead.
This is going to affect the trade market greatly. I mean, he was one of the top guys. You heard a ton of rumors surrounding him. This is a big one because you heard a lot of the big teams that were in on Clase, Phillies, possibly the Yankees. Who knows, right? And that's why the Dominguez trade was big. It's like, well, all right, here these relievers are starting to go off, and it shrinkens the reliever market. And you already had a ton of teams needing bullpen help, and this takes like the best one off of the market. You're gonna have teams fighting for other guys. Like the prices I think we're gonna see on relievers this year is gonna be nuts, especially with him being out. Just crazy. Now, for the gambling side of this, you got to be a moron to just gamble when you're a professional athlete. You can't be dumber. I'm sorry, you can't. How on earth? You know the consequence. We've seen it in all these sports, the NBA, National Football League, Major League Baseball, and they still do it. I'm not saying he's guilty. There's an investigation pending. But when these stories come out, it's like, you got to be kidding me. How do you do this? And how do you betray your team, betray the fans? I mean, it's just so wrong. It sucks. It sucks that players still continue to gamble on their own sport. You can't do that. It's literally not hard. And for the ones that download the app and they have the app on their phone, just delete it. It's not that. Come on, you make a lot of money, especially if you're a major league player. There is no excuse. There's just none. I'm sorry. I don't care about temptation, nothing. There is no excuse to be gambling on your own sport. None. Don't even gamble on the other sports, honestly. Just stay away from it. It's not hard. Don't download apps. Don't. It's not hard. Because I know how easy it is to place a bet. I get it. But you're a professional athlete. You know the rules. It's not hard to follow. Sucks. I can't believe we're gonna see this more and more, but I like, after a few stories, you think people would get the hint, players would get the hint, and athletes would get the hint. But here we are once again, and it is affected the trade deadline mightily, Francisco.
Yeah, no, it 100% has. Like, it's in a second. I agree with you. I mean, look, like, this isn't it goes back to Pete Rose. Debatably Michael Jordan, debatably. Other players, the Raptors player. There's the Raptors player. There's Luis Ortiz. Again, I don't even know if technically he's guilty yet. I don't know if that's come out. Right?
He's on leave.
He's
on
leave.
Gonna do the investigation.
Yeah,
it's a mess.
It is a mess. Shame, man. It's a shame, and all I can say is I hope that Ortiz and Clase aren't guilty to a certain extent. That would suck.
Yeah, but I mean, I hope it was just blip in the radar, but
it doesn't feel good.
I don't know. It doesn't feel
right. Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
If you're getting caught, if you're getting caught like with gambling, I mean, in this day and age, it's got to be on the phone. Someone placed a bet. Like, they can track all that. Like, it's not hard. Like, they still continue.
Yeah.
They still continue to do it. It amazes me. It's amazing to me.
But by the way, so I don't so my view on how, and I agree with you, that's definitely going to affect the closer and the reliever market, especially for someone for like his teammate Cade Smith, David Bednar, Helsley, Duran, Griffin Jacks, all these guys.
The price is going to go up. The price is going to go up because so many teams are going to be bidding.
I don't think that, I'll be honest with you, I don't think the Guardians were going to trade Clase. I don't think they were ever going to anyway.
Okay.
But I think just the 500-foot view of this, you're looking at the relief pitching market, and 100%, this automatically, even if they weren't going to trade him, this automatically, the teams calling up, whether it's the Mariners or it's the Phillies, whether it's the Yankees, whoever's calling up, the Dodgers, whoever's calling up these GMs for these relief pitchers, it's going to be like you said, the price goes up. So I'm curious how this impacts Stephen Kwan, even not a relief pitcher, but his teammate Stephen Kwan, his other teammate Cade Smith. I'm really curious to see how this impacts them. But let's get to the quick hitters of the meat and potatoes of the trade deadline preview. Nick, I want to know from you. We're gonna go through these. We got four quick hitters. We got four. One team to watch. What team are you watching in the next couple of days?
I'll tell you, this team fascinates me because a couple of weeks ago, thought they were going to be sellers. They're not sellers anymore. I got to go with the Boston Red Sox. I think, what are they going to do with the deadline? They trade Devers. They've got better since he left. They've been way better since he left. I'm very curious to see what they do. What do they add at this deadline? They know the Yankees are in a little bit of trouble right now. That American League East open, that wild card in the American League wide open. They're in it. They're right there, Fran. I think the Red Sox are just a fascinating team because we were talking about them as sellers. Duran, could he get moved after Devers, right? Like there was someone, Chapman, another guy. I was in love with Chapman as, a deadline piece for a team, a contending team needing a bullpen arm, but there's a contending team in Boston. So why would you get rid of Aroldis Chapman at this point, So I'm just very curious to see what they add. Right now, there's 6 games out of first in the American League East. They're in the 3rd wild card spot as of right now. So right now, I'm just so curious to see what Boston does. That's my team to watch for sure.
So I'm gonna put this up on the screen just because it relates to this. And I'm sorry, I do not know how to say his name of this commenter from YouTube. But is there a possibility? Because I think there's the speculation that the Padres might trade Dylan Cease, even though the Padres are in it. And just to maybe get off his contract.
Could we get weird? Are you talking about? Do you think we get weird here with San Diego and Boston?
No. I mean, even though Boston's in it in the wild card race, could they still trade somebody like Duran? And
but why would they need to?
Because they have a surplus of outfielders. You got Rafael.
I understand.
Abreu. I'm not saying I disagree. I like Duran. I mean, you also know Duran's my favorite baseball player.
Yeah.
You got Roman there too. Roman's been pretty good.
Yeah.
For the Red Sox, and so is his sister. So yeah. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, she likes you. She likes you. You want to talk about that?
Continue.
You want to talk about that?
Continue. Just keep going.
So the Red Sox have a surplus of outfilders, and they could have a surplus. Do you think that has an impact on Duran, or do you think they still love Duran? And look, he was a 9-WAR player last year.
No, I think they still like Duran. I think they're gonna try and add, to be honest. I don't think Duran's moving. And our commenter, he even said that, Passan reported it just the other day. So
I didn't want to put it up there for show purposes, but now
no, there you go. Yeah, I mean, Passan, he reported the other day, they're probably not gonna move Duran. So yeah, I mean, there's just a fascinating team because of the Devers trade. They weren't really in it. I think it's awesome. I think I'm very curious to see what Boston does. Maybe they just stand pat. That's the team I'm watching for sure.
I don't know. I think Breslau may feel the pressure a little bit from the fans. I don't think they stand pat. I think they try to make a move. But we'll see. My team to watch, Nick, and it's already been mentioned here, but pretty obvious one, especially with the Eugenio Suarez. I mean, we had to get that in here at some point. With the news he got hit on the hand, but x-rays were negative, so it seems like he should be okay. But the Mariners are a team to watch for me, Nick. The Mariners are somebody that had been linked to Eugenio Suarez, but depending, even with this injury news, though, even with it being positive, maybe how much that impacts them. The reports the Phillies might be in on Suarez. The Yankees are not in on Suarez. anymore, obviously, because they get McMahon. But the Mariners are interesting to watch. They had the prospect capital to go all in this year, to go all in. Like the Astros are still at the top of that division, but the Mariners still have one of the best starting staffs in baseball. I know maybe their surface level numbers wouldn't speak to that right now, but you added Josh Naylor. Could you add Suarez? If not, could you add somebody else, depending if you don't get Suarez or Suarez plus more, and then add to that bullpen as well. So I think the Mariners are definitely a team to watch because they're a team that maybe could capitalize on this deadline and then capitalize and go make a run for it at the American League this year.
Yeah, I think it's a really good one. Listen, they already went out, got Naylor, right? So they're already in the midst of this deadline madness. So I think this is a good one. Can they add here? They have young players to do so. The Mariners are an interesting team. And that AL, man, it's so fascinating what's going on there. I mean, you have Seattle in the second wild card right now, but everything's so close. Like Boston's in the third. Half out is Texas. Tampa Bay's 2.5 out. Cleveland's 4 out. Angels 4.5. Like teams are right there. Kansas City as well. Like there's a lot of teams in that mix. And the Mariners, like, hey, they just hang where they're at. Might as well add, right?
Yeah, 1,000%. So yeah, Mariners are a big one for me to watch, Nick. Player to watch. We're gonna do one player to watch, and I'll start here. And a name we've already brought up, Emmanuel Clase's teammate. No, not Cade Smith. I'm gonna go with Steven Kwan. He was he's been linked to a couple of teams now. He's been reported that the Phillies have been interested in him. I'm trying to think of who else, but there's a possibility he could stay in Cleveland. He could stay in Cleveland. Toronto is the most recent team. I've read that could be interested in Kwan. So curious how maybe he could fit into that lineup down there in Toronto with Bo and Vladdy and Varsho and everybody. And that they'll get, pieces back, including Santander. So I'm curious with Toronto's actually a really team to watch as well, just because they're going to get players back. But Steven Kwan, somebody I think if I were to bet, I don't know, man. Cleveland's weird though. They made the Lindor trade a couple of years ago. I don't know. I just in terms of players to watch, this isn't even me having a take where he's going to go. This is more just player to watch. Could he stay in Cleveland? Could he go to somewhere like Toronto, Philly, anywhere else? So I think Kwan's a interesting one to watch. What about you?
That's a good one. I'm going to go with a guy that comes up every single deadline. Luis Robert Jr.
You love this. You love this. Yeah, I know you do. Where's he going to go, Nick?
Dude, he comes up every.
Well, you're about to be a homer, and you're going to say where he's going to go.
No, I don't.
Okay, I don't. You're wearing the hat, and you're wearing the shirt.
Listen, I'm wearing the shirt. Look, I dressed up today. Okay,
you did. I'm wearing my Josh Gibson. Great.
All right, solid. All right,
hey, come on now, respect it. Respect it.
Dude, there's a ton of teams that are always linked to him every single year. He's my player to watch. I think it's the easiest one for sure. I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know what Chicago's doing unless he's been really good. Against lefties, he's he's been injured. He hasn't lived up to expectations. I know the argument of, maybe he just needs to change his scenery, get out of Chicago. I mean, that one just is a weak argument to me. Yeah. If you're a contending team, why would you trade for him? You're taking a chance. You want a sure thing if you're making a trade for the most part to enhance you. Now, if you're helping a platoon, like if you're in the Philly situation, I get it. You can platoon better against lefty, whatever. Like, I get it. He's 27. You get to keep him. He's good in the outfield. And listen, he was good against the Phillies last night. Like he was showing off and home runs. I get it.
Well, I guess the argument that you would trade for him just to see what would happen, I guess, is that
just hope.
Well, not even just that. Like if you don't have to give up much to get it for him at this point,
That's the thing. It feels like Chicago's still going to want a lot for him.
Yeah, I don't think if I'm Chicago, I'm still trying to get as much as possible for him. That there is that 2023 year happen. Like it's not like it happened 7 years ago. It's not like, it's not like it happened years ago. Like it just happened, a year and a half ago. It just happened to where, he had a 38 home run season. He all around, he could show you what he's capable of, coming up with the White Sox as a, one of the more exciting prospects in baseball, being able to do the base pass, being able to do it out in the outfield too. So definitely a player to watch. I'm curious to see what happens.
I mean, the Mets, the Phillies, Padres, maybe the Mariners, Reds. The Reds get in on it.
Your squad. Ellie and Luis.
Be nuts.
Dude, like I'll read you his numbers from 2023 right now.
I know, but that was 2 years ago.
I know. I'm just saying, like
he's been hot since he came back. I'll give him that.
Okay. All right.
Give him that. But I'm watching that. Is he going to get traded finally?
Look, he's got a 952 OPS in his postseason experience. That is 28 plate appearances. Yeah, it's not a lot. 31. Anyway, dumb things we throw into the show. Nick, give me. We'll go easy here first, and then we'll get to the next one, which is gonna be a little more fun. Give me one move that's not going to surprise anybody that we're going to see at the deadline. Just no surprise.
Okay. No surprise for me is Mick Abel will be on a different team. Okay. Philadelphia Phillies. There's no way Mick Abel will be in the Phillies organization after Thursday. He will be traded. I don't know if it'll be for a reliever. I don't know if it will be for a bat. He is the number one trade prospect that the Phillies have. He's not your number one prospect. He's got good stuff. He's got all the intangibles in the world, has to cut down on the walks. But, I mean, the Phillies are trying to win a World Series. Mick Abel will not be this. This will be just a lock. He's gone by Thursday.
Okay. I like the Abel pick. It probably feels that way, too. I think we could all agree here. One of these relievers are just going to be a Dodger. Like I was thinking Clase at first, but then we know what happened to Clase. But it feels like a lock that Yohan Duran's going to be a Dodger. Feels like a lock. Like Gratterall, Brusdar Gratterall there. Kopech was traded last year. These hard throwing righties in that Dodgers bullpen. I don't know. It just feels like a lock that one of these guys, Cade Smith, but I'm going with, I know I'm bringing up other names, but you could probably go any one of those relief pitchers that I'm naming here, Cade Smith, okay. Yohan Duran, but I'm going to go Yohan Duran to the Dodgers. How do you feel about that? Feels like
it wouldn't shock me. The Dodgers need a reliever. The Yankees need a reliever. The Phillies need a reliever. Everybody needs a reliever. Just go get a reliever. Everybody needs one. Give up everything to get a reliever.
Yeah,
it would not shock.
Yeah, and I feel like maybe the Dodgers are probably get two, maybe like Jackson Duran, maybe something like that. I don't know. So
the rich get richer.
All right, Nick, to end the meat and potatoes, because I know you are starving.
Wait, hold up. Let's see. We are the Dasher is 10 minutes away.
Okay, so we got 10 minutes.
10 minutes away.
What if we didn't finish
10 minutes away?
What if we didn't finish the show in time? What would happen?
It's gonna sit on my front porch.
Oh, does he just leave it there?
Yeah, you click the setting. It says leave at front door. Don't knock. I don't want to talk to you.
What if it gets stolen?
Because we're out a couple bucks.
Dog eats it.
No dog. I don't got a dog.
Oh, well, next door or something. They could be, I smell it. Here I come.
Guess I'm Pete, man. Guess it's noodles tonight then. Guess it's noodles.
All right, well,
it's ramen noodles if it gets stolen.
Look, if something happens, all I'm just telling you, I'm warning you.
Thank you. I appreciate the concern for my meat and potatoes tonight at 9:30.
All right. One move nobody will see coming, Nick. And let me give it to you. I was excited about this one because I want to know your reaction. David Bednar is like a pretty obvious one that like feels like he's going to get traded. Okay, he's been talking about the last couple of years.
Who are you picking right now?
I'm not saying. Look, this is a hard question because I still think this is going to be kind of as fun as excited I am about this deadline. I still think it's going to be a predictable one. But the question is here, if there is going to be a trade for something that nobody will see coming, there was a report that, multiple reports, I think, that, and Steve Phillips said on MLB Network, that he thinks O'Neal Cruz would be a great fit for the Philadelphia
You
Phillies.
and I thinking alike tonight with this one. Man.
You're the same one.
I picked O'Neal Cruz too.
But did you pick with Bednar or no?
I didn't say it with Bednar, though. I just said in general. Just in general.
Let me. Okay, no. Good, but I'm not surprised. But I'm surprised you said Cruz, but I'm not surprised now that I'm thinking about it. But I think Cruz, I don't think they would do it. I'm not saying the Phillies. My gut feeling says the Phillies would not do the deal because I think the Pirates could ask for a lot for Cruz, and especially if it's Cruz and Bednar. But Cruz and Bednar, just because there were reports out there that maybe the Pirates could shop Cruz. Yeah, I don't think it will happen. But Cruz and Bednar, the Phillies are looking for both of these. They're looking for outfield help. It would require the Phillies to have to give up Miller and Crawford. I don't know if Painter would have to be. It feels like Painter might have to be dealt. But they're looking for that lockdown back end reliever. They're looking for outfield help. Cruz and Bednar to the Phillies.
Wow.
That it would be a trade that it would surprise me, but at the same time, it makes sense. And if we're talking about again a very predictable deadline, I think, but Cruz and Bednar to the Phillies.
Yeah, I mean Cruz getting dealt anywhere. Honestly, that report, I just was like, whoa, how about that? Your boy.
I mean,
your guy. It's your guy.
Big for our
your
bit.
Guy. Big for the bit. Ellie versus O'Neal. Does O'Neal have a new spot? Do they trade in their division? Do they become teammates? No, just kidding.
Do we even do the bit anymore if he gets traded?
It's
not as fun being Pirates versus Reds. With Pirates there he is. Oh shoot! You pulled him real fast. That was real quick. You got that ready?
I do. Yeah, ready. You kidding me?
How many graphics do you have ready?
Dude, I got them all ready. You kidding me?
That's dope. I need to learn. I'm trash. I'm trash when it comes to this stuff.
Good for the bit, man.
Yeah, good for the bit. But all right, so talk to me about what. So you're only going at O'Neal by himself.
I'm just saying O'Neal by himself for a package. That report I felt like was like, whoa, okay. That's a name we have not been discussing as like a whole here in the media, fans. I was like, he's an electric player. I know he's had the defensive troubles, but if they actually move him, I think what you said makes a lot of sense though. With Bednar, kills two birds with one stone if it's with the Phillies, but just O'Neal getting moved in general. It's just like, what is Pittsburgh doing, man? Like it's a shame. It's a shame. And you're Jeff Bassett and roast the Pirates all the time, which is hilarious. But I'd be like, if a contender got O'Neal Cruz, like, how would they use him? Like, that'd be fascinating because he's been one of those young players that people have gravitated towards, and he's electric. So, I like Bednar idea. Maybe he does get packaged. And what about Reynolds too? Like, could he get moved? That's another name. Like, he could get packaged with Bednar to some place. Mm-hmm. Who knows? The Pirates are fascinating. There's so many teams out there that just need bullpen help. I don't think the bats are going to be as prevalent. I don't think you're going to see a ton of those moves. So I'd be stunned if O'Neal Cruz actually gets moved. I think it's just going to be so pitching dominant that you're going to not see a ton of offensive guys move.
Yep. So man, I'm excited for this deadline. I think it's going to be a bit of a predictable one, like I mentioned, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah, because I just want to see where everyone lands. Who's going for it? Like, who's going to try and win a World Series right now? Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Yep. It's going to be exciting.
Yep. All right. So that will conclude the meat and potatoes as Earnshaw gets closer and closer to the Maggianos.
The DoorDash is almost here. We're getting close. We're getting close.
But we do have to mention some very sad news yesterday, man. I did not see this coming at all. I didn't know he was battling cancer, man.
You didn't know?
Sandberg. Yeah, I did not know. 65 years old. 65 years young, man. That's young. He's battling cancer. And look, one of the better second basemen of all time.
Yep.
We know him a little better being the Phillies manager here very briefly.
Yep.
But had a Hall of Fame career, was inducted in 2005. Had some, really incredible seasons in the big league, especially his MVP year, 1984, when he led the majors and triples. And he was just an overall incredible second baseman and, of his time. So rest in peace, Ryne Sandberg.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a tough one. There was the reports from Cooperstown that it was waiting to see when it happened. So sad. He's been battling cancer. Sandberg, one of the great second basemen of all time, mainly with the Cubs. Around our area in Philadelphia area, we know him more so, especially in recent years, as the Phillies manager. But yeah, just tough loss for the baseball world, especially, after Cooperstown this weekend, all the greats getting inducted. To lose a great like this, it hits the baseball world. It for sure does, Fran. For sure does. Yeah. So condolences to the Sandberg family. Definitely the game of baseball and just the world, because you just hear all the stories about how good of a person he was. And how nice he was to people. So just rest in peace to Ryne Sandberg for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So our condolences, like you mentioned, Nick, go out to Sandberg and family and friends and all that. So rest in peace to Ryne Sandberg. All right. So I want to know. Go ahead. Yes.
Before we get out of here? I mean, we had some weekends.
Let's mention it real quick. Yeah. I do. I'll give you like 30 to 45 seconds each. So I had an experience at the Savannah Bananas.
How about you?
Yeah, over the weekend, I was able to be there Saturday night. They were at Citizens Bank Park. I'll definitely say if you're ever able to get a chance to go see the Savannah Bananas, tickets are very expensive. I was able to have my mom get them through somebody at work cheap. So but very expensive tickets. But we went and it was a good time. Joey Chestnut won a banana dog eating contest.
I heard.
Saw Big Dom. He just walked the player out. He was security. And we saw Victorino bat again. So it was cool. It was a cool experience, man. It's like a little bit of a modern day Globetrotters vibe. So
it seemed cool. Yeah, I want to get to one year. Definitely. My cousin went. I know you went. A couple other buddies of mine I knew were at the Savannah Bananas because they did 2 games, I believe, Saturday and Sunday at Citizens Bank Park. Really cool. Yeah, I mean, they put on a show. It seems like a great family environment for the kids too. Joey Chestnut coming out. I'm kind of upset. I missed that.
When they were like announcing him, like 17-time Nathan. I was like, him here. Is he from the area? Or he just happened to be here?
I don't know. I think he is. I think he's local.
Interesting. Didn't know that.
I'm not sure on that. But
anyway, all right. So you went Yankees Phils this week. You saw 2 games.
Saw 2 games.
Was your experience at Yankee Stadium?
Did it was a great time. We had an absolute blast with a bunch of my buddies for my B-Day. We went Friday night to that game, first game of the series, sat down the first base line. Kyle Schwarber just hit nukes out in the right field. It's Little League Park, so it's not that difficult to hit a home run at that place. Not gonna lie, Fenway's way better. We got to go to Fenway for the first time, both of us.
Yeah.
The new Yankee Stadium, just not impressed. I won't call it.
Yeah,
dump,
you're being
but
biased.
I will call it a dump. First of all,
biased.
lack of TVs when you're walking around the concourse. No radio going on during the game. I mean, come on, could have been better. Yeah.
No radio going on during the game.
Like they didn't have the game playing like over like the speakers while you're walking around the concourse. I'm a little disappointed.
You wanted to be CVP.
A little disappointed. Not gonna lie, a little disappointed. By the way, big news. It's here. Dropped off. I got the notification on the phone. They dropped it off. They took the picture.
We better hurry up before the dog gets it, man.
The dog might get it next door. There's a couple of dogs on both sides. Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah. All right. By the way, big news that as we get closer here, episode 100 is 5 episodes away.
Wow.
What are we gonna do for that?
It's gonna be a big one.
Yeah, it's gonna be the big 100. So
100. That's crazy.
We'll plan out what we're gonna do for episode 100.
Yeah, we're gonna do something. We'll do something. Just stay ready. Stay ready.
I'm always ready. But I want to listen. I want to know from all the listeners, and thank you everyone who's tuned in tonight to the live stream. But if you're listening back on either YouTube or Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, make sure give us your thoughts on everything that we've talked about on today's pod, specifically the trade deadline stuff. I'm really curious, specifically to know what you guys think is going to happen come deadline, who the sellers are going to be buyers, who the teams are going to be in the middle, teams to watch, all that, everything that we've talked about. The O'Neal, Cruz, and Bednar to the Phils. Are we crazy? I mean,
let's get nuts.
Yeah, let's get crazy. I want there to be a wild trade. Why can't we get Devers to the Giants at the deadline?
I know.
Why did they have to go a month and a half in advance?
I know.
I get it. They
help the Red Sox out.
Get hot. I know they got hot. Congratulations. Good for them. Keep Duran. But all right, Nick, why don't you take us out? Because I know you got to go get your pizza.
Dude, I can't wait. I'm starving. Me it is a little late tonight. It's all right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning into our deadline show. Fran, Nick, we'll see you next time on the pod. Can't wait to talk about all the trades. See ya.